My infographic is over factory farming. Some questions that I will be answering are: what is factory farming? Who does it affect? And how can it be reformed? What is factory farming? Factory farming includes raising livestock in densely populated environments, often called concentrated animal feeding operations. What practices are involved? Factory farming uses gestation crates, battery cages, and feeding lots. These crates prevent animals from performing their natural behavioral activities. As well as this, animals are kept inside and are unable to experience the natural sunlight or the outdoors. Factory farming is a form of mass production and mass farming, which is used to minimize cost and maximize profits. Who does factory farming affect? These practices affect animals through the unethical and inhumane practices that harm animals physically and emotionally, as well as humans through the pathogenic viruses that may be acquired by the animals through these practices and are harmful to humans when consumed. Society is affected as a whole through these practices as factory farming produces a large amount of greenhouse gas emissions. What are the ethical concerns? Animals are sentient beings, and these practices involved in factory farming raise ethical concerns. Animals are kept in stressful and inhumane conditions, and in some cases, animals undergo mutilations to adhere to the farming requirements, yet aren't given pain relief due to the FDA drug requirements in food production. Some of the environmental concerns involved in factory farming are that these practices create many environmental issues from factors such as enteric fermentation, manure, feed production, land use change, and energy. Factory farming is responsible for a large percentage of greenhouse gas emissions, which is a direct contributor to climate change. And according to Gambino, the damages to the environment from factory farms outweigh any allusion to industrialized farming as a cheaper solution to traditional animal farming. Some of the statistics involved in factory farming are that 1.7 billion animals are factory farmed. 941 billion pounds of manure each year are produced by factory farms. Factory farming receives $38 billion in subsidies every year, and factory farming contributes to around 19.6% of greenhouse gas emissions. Some methods of reform. Consumers could support reform by supporting policies that promote animal welfare and agricultural reform, by buying from farmers who produce animal byproducts ethically, and from increasing awareness of current farming conditions. Producers could offer reform by reflecting on the ethics and morality behind farming and incorporate methods that prioritize animal welfare and profit. And policymakers could establish laws and policies that regulate farming practices. Why current methods of reform are ineffective. Organizations like the FDA are creating rules against pain relief, yet aren't proactive in improving the living standards of the animals. There is limited attention raised to the ethical and environmental impacts of factory farming, and factory farming allows for faster and cheaper production of animal byproducts. Lastly, consumers and producers are less inclined to pay attention to the ethical and environmental concerns due to the economic and productivity factors.